Hey guys, Steven here with another fragrance review from Redolessence, and today we will be taking a closer look at Happy for Men by Clinique. Now, Clinique is a designer house that has been around for a very long time. They started making predominantly women's fragrances, and this is a masculine or a men's rendition of their very popular Happy for Women. Now, this fragrance has been out for over a decade. This first hit the shelves in 1999, so this has been out since the beginning of the new millennium, a year before it actually. And I like the way it smells. It's very clean, it's very fresh, and it's very zesty. If I could compare it to any other fragrance, I would say the aquatic notes resemble Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gio. The fresh notes are comparable to Versace's Mano Fresh, and it has that zestiness of Terre d'Hermes. If you couldn't already tell by the color of the bottle, this is a predominantly mandarin orange scent. You are going to get the orange much more than you're going to get the lime or the lemon, but there is lime in here and there is lemon in here, so it is a very citrusy fragrance. It's a blast of citrus. Now, this isn't the best fragrance in the game, but it's so far from being the worst fragrance in the game. I mean, this is one that I think deserves a lot more attention than it's gotten in the past years. This is one that's very fresh. This is one that you can wear in the comfort of your own home. You can wear this to work. It's not cloying. People love the smell. Men and women love this smell. It's one that's definitely going to get you a lot of compliments, because I know from personal experience it has gotten me a lot of compliments. I have bought the most expensive niche fragrances to the cheapest, designer fragrances, and I'm telling you, this is one that's right there in the middle. 40 bucks for this 1.7 ounce bottle. That's how much I paid. I did pay retail for this one. A little embarrassed to admit it, but it's okay. I bought this on a whim. Definitely wasn't a blind buy, but I did buy it on a whim. I wasn't planning on buying it, but I walked out of the store with this one in my bag, and I'm telling you, I have gotten more compliments from this fragrance than I've gotten from the most expensive niche fragrances. So if you have not gotten your nose around to this one, please give it a try. I mean, it's definitely not one that should be overlooked. As far as the notes for this fragrance go, in the top we have lime, we have assorted green notes, we have mandarin orange, we have lemon, and we have sea notes. So there's probably a little bit of sea salt in here. In the mid we have freesia, we have jasmine, lily of the valley, and rose. So in the mid it's predominantly floral notes, and then in the base we have cypress, we have musk, we have guaiac wood, and then we have cedar. Now, the guaiac wood is going to give this fragrance a very resinous feel, but if you think that it's going to predominate or that it's going to smell very strong in the dry down, that is certainly not the case. I can assure you of that, just because this is one where after the first few hours of application, it does not fare too well in the longevity department, and I'll get a little bit more in detail about that, but it sets very close to the skin, so the wood is not predominant and it's not going to be that discernible at all. Now, this is a fragrance that reserved exclusively for the summer season. If you're wearing this in the winter, you're making one of the biggest mistakes that you possibly could in regards to fragrances. This is one that should not be worn in any other season but the summer. I mean, I can't even picture somebody wearing this in the spring, just because it's so citrusy and so zesty. I think it's most appropriate on the warmer climates and on the hotter days in your area. This is one that you can lock up for 9 months and just let it hibernate. Put it in your wine cooler or something and bring it back out to play as soon as the next year comes through. As a matter of fact, make sure you run out of this bottle by the time the summer is up, because that's really the only season that this is appropriate in. Not only that, but people have said that it doesn't fare too long in the longevity department or in the projection department. That's because if you wear this the way it's intended to be worn in the summer, you're not going to have a problem, or you're not going to have as big of a problem with projection or longevity, just because the heat will really allow this fragrance to lift off from the surface of your skin. Now, in terms of the rating for this fragrance, for uniqueness, I ended up giving it a 7 out of 10, just because, as I mentioned earlier, there are many other fragrances on the market right now that whose smell is very comparable to this one. It is a very citrusy and zesty fragrance, but it's not predominated by the lemon. So like Terre d'Hermes or Chanel Pour Monsieur Concentré, this is one that has more orange in it than anything. So I could have given it a lower mark, but I didn't. 7 out of 10. Longevity, I ended up giving this one a 6 out of 10. Like I said, you have to wear it in the hot season or in the hotter weather, and the heat is really going to bring this fragrance to life, like Dr. Frankenstein bringing his monster to life. So this is one that you have to reserve exclusively for the summer. Do not get caught dead wearing this in the winter. It would not be a wise decision. I think you would just be wasting it, and you'd be the only one enjoying it. So 6 out of 10 for longevity, for projection. Also a 6 out of 10, like I said. It doesn't fare too well in the other seasons, and the citrus molecules are so small, and they're gone almost instantaneously after you spray this on your skin, so it's very hard to pick up on it. So I could have given this a lower mark as well, but I'm going to keep it at 6 out of 10. Versatility, ended up giving this fragrance a 7 out of 10. So far it's receiving a pretty consistent rating. 7 out of 10 just because you can wear this to a variety of places. I mean, you could wear this on a night out. I wouldn't. I have so many other fragrances in my collection that I would rather wear, but it's very appropriate for work, very appropriate for shopping, or if you're going to the mall, or just, you know, a casual night out. This will definitely do the trick, and I love wearing this fragrance. I'm wearing it now, so definitely appropriate for a fragrance review. But this is a fragrance that I've gotten many compliments on, so I like the way it smells, and I gave it a 7 out of 10 for versatility. Presentation, also gave it a 7 out of 10, so we're retaining that consistency. Nothing too fancy about the bottle. It has a nice, unique shape. The box, it says Clinique Happy on it. There's nothing too, you know, nothing that really stands out about this fragrance, but it's alright because I'm really not looking for anything fancy. I like the way the bottle looks. I like the way the packaging is. This doesn't have the best atomizer in the game, but it gets the job done. It definitely gets its point across. This is what you bought, this is what you get, and it makes the theme that it's trying to satisfy very evident. So I ended up giving this one a 7 out of 10. So overall mark for this fragrance, it ended up getting a 33 out of 50. So there you have it. Clinique Happy for Men has earned a 33 out of 50 as far as my rating goes. It is a fragrance that does make me happy, just because summer does happen to be my favorite season, so whenever I spray it, it's very reminiscent of the warmer weather, so it definitely brings about a sense of happiness for me. If you own this fragrance, what does it do for you? How do you think it fares against contenders such as Acqua di Gio or Terre d'Hermès or any of the other fragrances that I happen to mention in this video? Please, as always, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. I'll keep pumping out the videos as long as you keep watching them. So once again, this has been Steven with another fragrance review from Redolessence. Thanks for watching.